Hi, good morning everyone. I want to thank everyone for showing up. It's awesome to see all of you in this room. My name's Cory Sterling. I'm the founder of Conscious Counsel, which is a law firm in Vancouver, British Columbia, and I'm also a group fitness instructor. I teach at Equinox and at Y Yoga in Vancouver. So just a little bit on the context of where I came up with all of this. I teach indoor cycling in Vancouver. I've been doing it for about 2 years. And my teaching has sort of morphed and it's grown into a lot of different ways. And when I started at first, it was just like, how hard, how sweaty, can we just push the entire time? No breaks. And people liked it, but I don't think that people loved it. And then I was practicing a lot of yoga at the same time. Yes, awesome, like you. Cycling and yoga, it's perfect. So I was practicing yoga all the time and I loved the meditation, I loved the breathing. And just one time in Shavasana, I thought, why don't I try to incorporate this meditation and this breathing into my spin classes? So I just tried it. And I think the first time I did it, I took 4 minutes, I turned all of the music off. For 4 minutes, and I said, for 4 minutes, everyone, I just want you to focus on your breath. This was right in the middle of the class, so we had worked up a sweat, people are tired, and they're really excited about the opportunity to rest and recover. And I said, for 4 minutes, I just want you to breathe. Inhale, exhale, and close your eyes and go wherever you want to go. And I was surprised to find at the end that the feedback I got was way better than normal, and that everybody loved the meditation song. That's what they would call it. Well, not a song, but the meditation moment. And I thought to myself, okay, maybe I'm onto something here. I'm going to try to build this up and see where it goes. And then I started having more and more people in my classes, and my classes started getting filled. And consistently, the feedback I would always get is that people love the opportunity to just breathe and meditate in class. And then what happened was I started playing music, so I sort of broke that original rule of not having anything, and I'd put really inspirational, instrumental music for people to listen to. And then I found myself speaking during the meditation time. And it got to a point where we would spend part of the meditation or manifestation song just catching up with our breath. So like all the crazy stories in our lives, we would just pause those stories. Say, love those stories, really into the idea that I don't have any self-worth, but I'm just going to chill on that for 2 minutes and focus my breath. And then I would get everybody to think about a really, really positive experience they had had in their life, and a moment of self-worth, and a moment of achievement, and a moment of success. And I would say, stay with that feeling for the next 2 minutes. I want you to just be in that positive space. And then the final 2 minutes, I would say, choose one goal in your life that you want to achieve. One thing that really means something to you. And I want you to feel it through your entire body. And for the next 2 minutes, you're manifesting, you're creating in the future the possibility of that goal or that success being achieved. And you're asking yourself, when I achieve it, who's going to be there? What does it look like? How do I feel doing this? And why is it important for me to achieve this? And I'll never forget, after the first time we did it, the next song was a Daft Punk, really high energetic climb, and everyone was crazy. And I just said to everybody, welcome back. And the energy in the room was so completely different. And following that day, I've integrated my manifestation songs into all of my different exercise classes. But I also learned a really important lesson about setting goals during exercises. And what I learned is that when you're in such a positive space, so when you're in a group fitness class, you're working really hard. You're challenging yourself, you're sweating, and you're getting comfortable being uncomfortable. And when you get to that space, you have a different sense of belief. And it's such a healthy place to start setting goals, because the power of your goals increases, the power of your ability to achieve your goals increases because of the positive framing around it. And the example I always use is which was inspired to me from a teacher of mine, is that the setting of the goal is just as important, if not less important, than the context of how you set the goal. So let's say last night I went out and I ate a big pizza to myself. Really delicious pizza. But yeah. You had a pizza last night? Cool. Love it. Delicious. There's always a time to have a pizza. The challenge is if you wake up the next morning and you think to yourself, oh, I ate that whole pizza. I don't feel right. I'm going on a diet. I'm going on a diet and I'm going to be really strict about it, and that's what I'm going to do. If you think about the context and the frame of where you're setting that goal from, it comes from a negative space. Is that clear? So you're starting the goal from a negative space, and in my belief, it's less powerful as a result of that. Now, what we do with goal setting and exercise is you are in such an elevated, endorphin-filled place where your self-belief is crazy. I got up at 6 in the morning, I'm sweating my face off, I can do anything. Nobody can stop me. And when you begin setting goals from that context and in that space, it is super, super powerful. And most consistently, you know what, I try to find the coolest music, I try to do the most fun things and tell really funny jokes. There hasn't been that much laughter today, but we're going to work on that. I try to do all these wonderful things. And the most consistent feedback I get from all of my students is that I love the manifestation song. And there's something different when I'm doing it in the middle of my workout. I have a different sense of belief. And also, it's interesting to hear that people are setting different types of goals. So think about if I were to ask you to set a goal in the middle of the day and you're on your phone and you're just texting, and I'm like, hey, what's something that's really important to you? Texting, I'm on Instagram, I'm doing whatever. It's like, I really want to run a 10K. I'd like to do a 10K. Okay, cool. Then back to phone, back to distractions. And the whole point of setting it up with the 2 minutes beforehand, of the 2 minutes of breathing, is like, hey, I'm coming back to me. This is who I am. This is my breath. There's only one thing happening right now. That is my breath. And I can't be distracted by anything else, about anyone having any stories about me or telling me who I am, because all I'm doing is breathing. So now I'm clear. And after I'm clear, I put myself in a really positive space. And I see myself having already achieved success, already having done something incredible. And that's the point of manifestation. Right after that, I'm myself, I know how awesome I am, and then I create something for the future. So I'm going to take a few questions now, but I want to thank all of you very much for showing up. I mean, showing up here at 9 in the morning, it's not easy on a Saturday, but clearly we're equally committed to seeing the success of this through. And I just want to summarize by saying it's really my belief that the ability to set goals the right way during exercise can lead to a more powerful intention, but also a more realistic manifestation. So thank you very much, guys, and I'm happy to take some questions.